Hello, I'm back. After 10,000 years, there is another stream. I ended up getting sick after last stream, and I'm still a little bit under the weather, I suppose, but it's been like a week plus. So that's why I said I'll stream tomorrow, and then I didn't stream for like a week and a half. But we're back now with Game Doll, as always, and some nice background music in a second. There we go. Okay. What am I looking at? Had to clear my throat, my nose, everything. What is this? This is Tomb Raider? Don't think so. Game of Thrones? That's crazy. This is... It's crazy how fast you can notice this. This feels like... the art style of the Final Fantasy comic book creator. Could also be... The lighting is a little off though. Hello, Sihad. Sahad. How do I pronounce that? Sahad or Sihad? I assume it's Sahad. Sahado. Yeah, is the O the dot or not? Speak hard. My brain isn't gonna be with me completely today. I realize that's fine. Is the zero part of it? Sahado. Sahad zero. What level of dweeb are we dealing with here? Let me do Dragon Quest. It's not a Dragon Quest thing. All the weeb? Sahado. Okay, your name is Sahado now. If I go full weeb, that's what we get. Sahado. With that said, let's see. Is this Yu-Gi-Oh? No. It's because this looked like a dual disc, kind of. What is this? Castlevania? But like... It is Oh, that's Drac... I mean, I could have maybe told by the bats. That's kind of my bad. Who's... I'm so locked in. It could be Portrait of Ruin. It's not Symphony of the Night. Dawn of Sorrow has a different one. Circle of the Moon I don't know. Aria of Sorrow has a different like art style. Could be Circle of the Moon. Because there's a moon there as well. Let me do Circle of the Moon. That's correct. It was Hades, but shuffling the letters around. I respect that. I'm trying to think. I mean, my first two gamer tags were based on World of Warcraft auto-generated names that I then switched like one letter on, like one or two letters, the placement of them. So I respect that. Just shuffling letters around is the secret to every good username. Could be a Yakuza character. Oh, it's oh, what's her name? It's not Jill. It's a Resident Evil character. What's her name? It's not Anna, is it? No. What is the character's name? It's the There's Jill. I mean, let me just do... Yeah, it is who I'm thinking it is. Oh, so the... I feel like I really should know her name. Yeah, it's exactly what I think it is. It's Ada Wong. God damn it. Uncultured. Uncultured and unskilled. But we got it at the very end, I suppose. Cyberpunk Scientist Laboratory. Okay, this is gonna be some dog shit. Backtracking Metrovania teleportation. Metroidvania. Scientist Laboratory. I was like, there's no way it's an actual Metroid. Oh, it could be... Wait, I have that... It starts with a Z. It's not Saxon, it's... Well, okay, so it's not in the list, because... If it was in the list, I would have seen it. Unless it is Saxon, but I don't think so, no. Glitch Gun? What is this? Pixel art? Glitch Gun? No, I am not getting this. Fake glitch labyrinth map speedrun mode. Male protagonist, deliberately retro, upgradable weapons, experiment gone wrong. It was Axiom Verge, which was the other one I was thinking of. I just completely didn't remember the name at all. That's really funny. I've been meaning to play this game for a long time. I've heard only really good things about it. Supposedly great. I think it's got like overwhelmingly positive on Steam. Does it? %. Is it the same? Oh my god, why did it jump? What's the other one? It's Sexion is what I'm thinking of, the other one. 91. This game is apparently amazing. Like a much better original Metroid Prime, kind of. Supposedly. I haven't played it, so I don't know how true that is. I did play a few things during the next fest here. I played Voidling Bound, which it says 21 minutes. I definitely played a little longer than that, but not too much longer. I played like 40 minutes, 50 minutes. I don't know why the playtime is so often like inaccurate on Steam. For like small amounts for me, but for some reason it is. But yeah, Voidling Bound, pretty decent. Schrodinger's Call had a really strong first 10 minutes, to the point that I was like, this seems like something I would do a one-off stream of, so I'd rather save it for a stream. But visually, this game is amazing. And then Vampire Crawler was not as hooking as I thought it would be. It's got a kind of neat, like... It's got a neat mechanical bedrock, but not really anything to drive it forward, if that makes sense. And I've got 60 hours in Mutagenics now. Friend made me play Deadlock too. So I've been gaming while I've been sick. At least a little bit. But I've not, in fact, been gaming further on The Last Sovereign. So I'm excited to do that now. Wait, what? Oh my god, why is it reset to this? Is it F4? Oh, but if I... Wait, why does full screen work now? Does it work if I go... Wait, it's not gonna work if I... It's gonna be super small, right? I've done so much eugenics in Mugenics, it's crazy. I mean, it doesn't show up on the stream, which is... Game EXE null. Why is that one I can pick? Fuck. Realistically, this is the one it should be. Why can't... Oh. I'm trolling. I apologize. Wait, it works now? Why did it not work when we did this last, and now it just works? Wait, why are my scenes so messed up? Wait, does that mean the anti-aliasing thing is gonna work? No. Is it a setting? Intriguing. Loud ass music. I tried to finish the new Ultra Kill update when I was sick. It was a choice, an incorrect one. I mean, Ultra Kill while you're sick sounds like the worst possible thing you could do. Best way to spend time, I went through my playthrough of The Last Sovereign when I was sick. Yeah, I found The Last Sovereign when I was sick with the flu, I think, initially. So that tracks. Alright, what were we doing? We got dragged into this realm by Sabathar, right? No. We went and did the plot hook for the next thing. Let's actually just go back to the let me see, if I go here, is this after the cutscene? It is. Oh yeah, right. We found Sabathar here with and Dari. That's what happened. And then she tells us, yeah, Sabathar, good nose. Then does she TP us away immediately? Now we talk for a little bit, and then we TP away. Yeah. I can actually just start from here, there's no point not doing it. What is this? So... I've forgotten everything. Nothing remains. Chaos Wing is a dope-ass name. We gotta learn from scratch. And by that I mean, you know, the game isn't terribly difficult mechanically, so I don't think it'll be a big problem. Immune to Earth? That's rude. You don't just do immunities in this game, that's messed up. This update was especially bad for nausea. I can imagine. It sounds like one of those things with Ultra Kill where the more complicated it gets and the more visually interesting it gets, the more nauseous you become, right? Seems like a really cool game, though. My philosophy on Ultra Kill is I'm waiting for the full release of it, like every level done, and then I'm gonna play it. I played it for like 10 minutes, confirmed I like the actual mechanics of it, and I am just looking forward to playing it when it's content complete. With that said, I almost jumped on when they added butt plug support. That was almost enough to get me over the edge, you know? Taking the plunge early. This place is bad for demons. I've never been here before. Okay. I wonder if that's actually going to be the best experience. It doesn't have to be. It's more that it's a safe experience and I value my time Or rather, I don't value my time, I value my sanity. In that it's sort of like Undertale, or not Undertale, Deltarune, where I've really enjoyed Deltarune, but it sucks to wait for the new updates every time, and I don't need another game like that. This area is fragmented, a consequence of the disturbance, or perhaps... Yes, I think it was intentional, as a defensive measure. Is that gap small enough to force our way across? It would be unwise, except in a time of great need, but perhaps there's another way. Okay, so... a time of great need will come, for sure. Sabifa, I'm sure you've noted how this area is disturbed, and surrounded by entities. Can't believe you're not playing the newest Pokemon game, Fire Red. The newest Pokemon game is Pokemon Emerald Kaiso. No, is it Emerald? No, Emerald Kaiso's the old one. What's the new Kaiso? There's a new Kaiso one coming out in a second, like Platinum Kaiso, whatever. That's the only one worth playing. I'm curious with the amount of weird games you play. Ever tried any large battleship games? Frog RPG Maker games closer in feel to this one? Wait, Large Battleship Games is the name of the group, right? Large Battleship Games. Is it Large Battleship Studios? I don't always keep track of the names of them, so there is a chance, but I'm gonna check. Radio Saint Bomber. I've not played Saint Bomber. Quantum Entanglement I downloaded but never did play. Dragon's Request. Interesting. Yes, I'm 18 or older. I love confirming my my age. Let me see, can I show this easily on stream? The window capture. Don't need to capture Steam. Need to capture Firefox. I have not played any of these. Is this the same... Wait, this is the same... artist as in The Last Sovereign, correct? This one here. Oh my god. I just age-gated it. Why do I have to do it again? I'll actually save these, see if there's something I want to play in the future. But I have not played any of them yet, is the answer to your question. I thought maybe I had, but no, I have not. Oh, clearing my nose is the worst. Sabifa, I'm sure you've noted how this area is disturbed and surrounded by entities. Yes, I would eat them, if it would not cause trouble. I thought we might make our way through alternate routes, but they appear to be blocked. By crystallized chaos. You want me to swim you around? They seem to be small, intentional blockages. Could you simply remove them? This is a good idea, I will eat them. Whatever makes you happy, so long as we can still get to the other side. That's all we had to do? Brother. Just eat them in the first place. They sound like sustenance for you. This is gonna be a mimic. I'm so surprised it wasn't a mimic. Now, why does this exist? To trick you. I mean, that's exactly what she did. The better question, Munch, is why didn't she realize she could eat the smaller ones? I guess it's not other demons, it's like chaos or whatever, but... Why didn't she realize it? Ice Storm. That is their weak point. I die? That's messed up. Dang, the combat is difficult. The hardest part is scrolling down to someone else who has a revive. Oh yeah, she has healing lance now, I forgot. That's actually really good. That's really good. Dark... Okay, Robin disrupts healing lance. That's pretty good. I need to keep that in mind. You get a... No, it's reviving R I need. God damn it. Yeah, no, I'll keep them in mind. I have not played them before, unfortunately. But yes, I have a very eclectic spread of games I played. I've realized something depressing, kinda, which is that I engage with games in a way that I find isolates me from a lot of people in that like play games around me in real life. Like, pretty much most people I talk to don't really engage with games as art at all. They're more like fidget toys. So I've gotten like I've gotten some weird looks for being like, yeah, I enjoyed this bad game. Or like, yeah, the game doesn't have good gameplay, but it's still cool. Like, it's really weird, because you've got like a big cliff between the type of people that enjoy games, like, holistically, and who enjoy games with their brain off. And I don't blame them for that, but it is a little depressing to just now, like, identify some people, like, you talk games with them and you realize you're not talking the same thing. You're using the same language to discuss two different types of experiences, which is something I ran into recently and have been reflecting on a little bit. That it's really funny how language, like, I can say this game is good, but by every metric that they would care about, it wouldn't be. And it's one thing when it's online and it's just a bunch of shots like that's whatever. That's always going to be the case. You've got the most popular, like, Call of Duty enjoyers every single iteration of it, and then they don't really play anything else. But the people I'm talking about, they play a really wide spread of games. It's just that the way they engage with them is very different. So what ends up happening is, in my case specifically, the person I was talking to had recently played Outer Wilds and really enjoyed it. But that was an exception where they kind of got baited into playing it. They still aren't really engaging with games in that way in general. That became like a one-off thing, and then they went back to playing like only CS. And this is one of those things where, like, I'm talking to a straw man. I'm talking to I'm vague posting a friend of mine, I suppose. But it's always interesting when you're faced with the idea that, yeah, of course we engage with the hobby the same way. And then you're like, no, we really don't. Yeah, you're correct, Munch. It is Psych I'm talking about. All he does is play Elden Ring, eat hot chip, and lie. Like, that motherfucker has not engaged in art at all. That's why he's a game developer that makes his own game. Because he doesn't care about games as art, for sure. Yeah. Luisa, you aren't under any threat, are you? No, Tanrak may not like me, but I'm also not his highest priority. I apologize for intruding, but given the circumstances... I understand. This isn't world-changing, but he wouldn't go to this much effort unless something was actually at stake. Right, it's Tanarak who did like a Chaos Blast. Chaos Blast! So, this isn't just playing more games. Why would he do this? Actually, this didn't start with Tanarak. I'm sure he wanted everyone to think that, which is the point of his distraction. Who's responsible then? Earlier today, the Lustlord began to exert his tower resources towards some new project. He isn't exactly subtle. Before I could determine what he was trying to do, Tanarak acted. I'm nearly certain he's striking for the Lustlord directly. Fucking go for it. We don't give a fuck. To eliminate him? Or to counter the Lustlord's actions? Neither. Whatever the Lustlord was doing, it was inwardly focused, not trying to manipulate the broader world. It's something that required enough power to draw attention. Curious. So that's all I can tell you. The Lustlord has acquired an asset so valuable that Tanarek decided to make a serious play for it. Did the Lustlord get, the hero girl? I keep thinking Genmelas, but that's not correct. It's G something though, right? Ginasta. Ginasta. That's my best guess. He got Ginasta, maybe? I strongly suggest that you interfere. Thank you, Luisa. That's very helpful. I can do more. Using some of my observations, I believe you'll be able to slip into the Lustlord's tower fortress without being detected. That would be a great help. Do you know anything about his defenses? The Lustlord is uninventive, simply subverting tower nodes and pumping magic into them. Unfortunately, he's had a long life to do it repeatedly. I believe he's created 8 guardians around his personal domain. And we need to move carefully and begin with subterfuge, particularly while we don't know what they're fighting over. I can help you avoid Tanarek's gaze to start, but once the conflicts begin, you'll be on your own. Everyone else, please rest. We should be able to go soon. Fair enough. Considering the evil shard and the god shard didn't get retaliated, I don't know what it would be. I was thinking, like, those kind of just exist, and I feel like no one would even be able to identify that we got them, right? Nor can we identify when someone else gets them randomly. So my thinking is that it was like a fight with Ginasta. Something to that effect, but we'll see. Inwardly focused would indicate that that isn't the case, though. Ugh. Larissa's place is so dull and static. It's hard to feel sexy here. Kamdam thinks it is funny how she stopped most of the sparklies. You're always sexy to me, Yara. Thanks, Akka. This is as far as I can guide you. Be careful of Tanarek's manipulations and the Lustlord's defenses. We'll do what we can and speak to you afterward. Larissa, thank you. I'll thank you if you can end this. Fucking high-ass standards. Who asked? Why do we gotta do that? Ooh, these are some nice statues. They'd be sexy ornaments back home. But I don't suppose the Lustlord would ignore their absence. Maybe after we've taken care of him. Hooray! Once again, not censored. So, what was the Lustlord reading? It appears to be a magic book, but I can't read the script. Looks like some sort of history of sexual magic. I'd love to read it if we had more time. And I would love to drape a blanket over me, because it's cold inside. Streaming is best done either on the treadmill or cozy inside a blanket, preferably 2 blankets. That is my philosophy. Ambush. Weren't these like magic immune or some shit? The Rodak elites. I don't know why I have that memory, but... apparently not immune. Weak to fire, good to know. After this week, we should just put in Yara for the MP heal. We can't destroy this barrier without alerting the Lustlord. There must be a way to disable it. Records and lists. We must be near the heart of the Lustlord's domain in the tower. Okay. Oh, I'm blind. I'm blind, not deaf. These books are records of the Lustlord's accomplishments. That's not sexy to anybody. What, you mean bragging about your accomplishments to someone isn't the sexiest thing you can do. What was my whole melee career for then? That's like the whole reason I did this entire thing. What's the point? Strong blow that weakens the enemy. Let's see. Oh, nice. It's a defense reduction. Seems pretty good. Sexual mana. Hard part is that this takes a little bit longer each fight, so I'm always like a little bit guilty feeling to the stream. I'm like, this entire segment could take 25 minutes, and instead it's gonna take 34 minutes because you played the optimal team comp that didn't use mana. Not getting a plug for Yara isn't even a bit. Don't I literally have a plug? No, I have a vibrator. I don't have a plug. That's fair. But like, she has the really good fucking MP gain at the start. Like, she doesn't need it, or like a lust gain. She doesn't need one, but the knife that will keep going. Pictures of himself. Not even surprised. They introduced the entire system of what's it called? Pictures just for the Lustlord. We can't destroy this barrier. Okay, fuck you. I love how realistic this Undead Desire guy looks comparatively. He's just kind of chilling there. Looks like any goat on the street, you know? Essentially no difference. It's very funny to do this when they resist like all of your damage, but you still just don't really care. Oh, I'm gonna win! I say, and then it does 0 damage. Oh my god, die! A goat man's head is higher up than that. How do you know? Genuine question, how do you know? You know what? Let's live dangerously. We just got the stuff for Uriah. Let's mix up our party a little bit. Found 3 huge orc potions. Why the fuck are you just... Oh no, that's a statue. That is not you. You've never been around goat men? I've never been around okay, you say goats. I've been around goats. I've not been around goat men, unfortunately. Also, good morning, President. How are you doing? It has been 10,000 years, and you still awoke too soon. Executus. Usually it's around goatdoms. True, fucking self-serving, but I suppose. Also, this Lustful Paradise shit is kind of kicking my ass. Way more than I thought it would. Ooh, healing and magical power, 2 separate stats. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Magical burst into takedown into succubus kiss. That's pretty good damage. I can't even be mad about that. That's like not bad. Let's renewal for some mana, takedown. skill issues need to diversify. So I played less optimal, had much harder time with many battles in this act due to missed XP. Yeah, that's the thing, right? This game is very much a stat check experience. Just the nature of the beast. It was very funny. I've been watching Joseph Anderson for a little bit, and he's playing Metaphor. And some motherfucker in chat said that Metaphor battles are puzzle battles. No, the fuck they're not. So every time he wins a fight, he's like, I figured out the puzzle. You press their weakness, you do ice damage, and then they die. It's like, yeah, great. Real puzzle fucking fight. So the thing, what you do in order to win this fight is you click Tarukaja and get like all defense up every turn, and then you do the same thing for their damage down, and then now they don't deal any damage to you, and then you just win. It's kind of like a crazy puzzle, but like if you do that correctly, you will win. That's a lot of damage. Maybe this isn't so bad. Oh my god, it does no damage. Die. Oh my god. A weird insult. Well, it wasn't meant as an insult. It was literally... God, sometimes I think half the Joseph Anderson's viewers are 40 and the other half are 13 years old. There's nothing in between. And in this case, it was like... You have to be... What they're trying to say is you have to be intelligent to win Metaphor battles. Why can't I jump this one gap? Why can I jump this gap, but not this gap? Hello? Nothing should be stopping me from jumping this gap. It is a one-block gap. I can jump every other one-block gap in the entire game. Have we found it? Have we found the puzzle battle in this game? I think we might have found the puzzle battle. I'm pressing the X button like every other frame and it's not letting me jump. That's crazy. It's a tower mystery. True! But yeah, I can't destroy that. There's the statues. There's this thing here. This is a key point associated with Incubus King shards. Correct? As opposed to some of the natural twists we've seen in the tower, this one is an intentional barrier. It's key to the Lustlord, who apparently never anticipated someone with your level of control over your shard. Not sure I understand. Follow my lead and you can undo the barrier point, just as if you were the Lustlord. Is it done? Yes. Well done. Let's proceed. Okay, now I can jump the gap. That's crazy. I still can't jump down, though. I can only jump... Okay, but like, why? This is like a shortcut that way. Like, I love that these aren't censored. You even have the nipples on them. It just isn't censored. Okay, so keep an eye out for a candelabra and a... I was gonna say Medusa statue. That's not quite correct. A Lamia statue. And see if we can teleport there. I think Heroic 8 is gonna do a lot more damage than the other ones. Why would I need a butt plug for my goat Yara? She is doing more than enough. Ow! They killed her! I was gonna give her mana. Oh yeah, gets it instead. 260 mana. That is a lot of mana. And somehow this is still less annoying to navigate than Persona 5's the revive menu, which is something I think I've said like 70 to 80 times so far. Nothing if not consistent. This is a book for incantations and major spellcraft, not standard reading. Fuck do you mean not standard reading? It's on a pedestal in the middle of like the most warded room. Of course it's not standard reading. Perhaps these two will allow us to remove the remaining barriers. No, I don't have the training to be sure, but this feels more like a passage. Ooh, right, I gotta double check. Do I have enough space? Oh yeah, I cleared some storage. I was like, I thought that the recording would stop because I had 10 gigabytes left before, but now I stopped I removed a bunch of them. However, I do realize that I did change. I'm now streaming at 60 FPS, I believe. Does that show up on Twitch as a setting? The issue with streaming at 60 FPS for a game like this is that there's no point, except it makes the quality worse. Yeah, 1080p 60 FPS. That's funny. You get the high quality experience. Think of this as a fortified door leading deeper into the Lustlord's domain in the tower. We can't break through without causing trouble, but we should be able to peer within. Not that the player can handle that anyway. The player can. But 1080p plus 60 FPS, the quality on this bitrate ends up not being the best, which is why people like Germa streams at a lower resolution if they want to do 60 FPS. Hey, was I correct? Ginasta, captured by the Lustlord. Is that Ginasta? The Lustlord captured her? Rescue time! Rescue sex time! No, this place, the defenses are concentrated here. Simon is right. Attacking here would put us at a disadvantage. Let's listen and learn what we can while we prepare. Break! Break, damn it! I expected constant rape and torture. This is dull. Are you implying that that would be preferable? I will not read into it until we have captured you on my side, in which case I will ask you directly and not read into it. That fool in Erosha was able to control you. Why can't I? He only redirected my zealousness. I'm no longer so foolish. Yeah, 936p 60 FPS sounds about right. I think Germa streams at 920p or something as a result. He only redirected my zealousness. I'm no longer so foolish. You may represent some law of the tower, but no laws are absolute. You will come to serve me. He's so uncool. He's so unfathomably uncool. It's really funny how we had the really fucked up one, and then this, like, the fucked up terrifying one, then the fucked up weirdo one, and now we have the fucked up uncool one. I may be nearly worthless, but I refuse to do that. I will find some way to twist your power and use it for myself. Unlikely. Ugh. Answer my questions or the torture will continue. How did you obtain this power? I've never lied about that. I don't know, even with everything I can see now. Everything you can see? My instincts toward tyrants once blinded me, but after the deception, I see the world much more clearly. Almost everything is a distraction. Petty tyrant squabbling. Only 3 powers have the potential to change anything. All of them for the worse. Us? Tanarak? Chaos Child? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Who are the other 2? He thinks he's on the team. Bro thinks he's on the team. He thinks he's on the team. You really think you're one of them? Insolent bitch. Gods Inubi and Chaos? Gods Inubi. Don't know what you mean. Or Incubi. No, because he would be included then. They're talking factions. So we would be one faction, he would be a different faction. So not talking generically the like type of power, just the free factions. Otherwise he would be included. If I can't have you, I'll just kill you. Then no one else can have you and I can rule freely. He's so lame. It wouldn't matter. It's all cyclical. Everything just comes back to balance the scales. We gotta rescue her, right? I'm very curious about what she might have observed in the tower. But I don't think we can just march in, especially with the Lustlord's defenses centered in the core of his domain. The good news is that his security is technically weak. He assumed his guardians couldn't fail, so we can eliminate them without raising alarms. He's so fucking stupid. With these defenses down, we should be able to find them, right? Yes, I believe that at least one of them is placed out in the icy region that represents the periphery of his realm. And let's destroy all 8 of them, one by one. Hold on until then, Genasta. Well, I think I know where to go for the... I mean, they mentioned it, but... The icy region. But I think I reached there from this side. Also, there's the part up there that I haven't gotten to yet, that I can go to now. But I think I should go down first. Oh, I can't actually reach here yet, from this side. There's a teleport there, so most likely I have to teleport there through up here. Yeah, there's the other side of the circle. Makes sense. Is there even a cost for having alarms in this space? Munch, you need to understand, it takes 0.005% of your mana per month in upkeep. You can't afford alarms like that, okay? These appear locked. Let's leave them for now. This Lustful Paradise shit has to die. Really doesn't do that much damage. She's like... I don't know what I think about Uye. She's in a weird spot. Did I get the shiny sword? I've not gotten a shiny sword yet. But I assume I will soon. So the answer is no. We haven't gotten there yet. I'm sorry to hear your stream is lagging. Especially because I know you live in Sweden, so that means that you must be in like the bottom 5% of internet stability in this country. There's one thing we tend to do well, it's internet. Until you get like a really dog shit luck of the draw. Lustlord collar. No, I've not gotten a shiny sword. I got a steel sword. I've not gotten a shiny sword yet. But now I am checking every corner, every crevice. That said, there doesn't seem to be anything else up here. I realize I backtracked when I didn't need to backtrack. Level design moment, maybe. It's designed around not having to backtrack. That said, really not much that. Guess not. Where would the shining sword be here? Tragic that your stream is lagging. I'm sorry to hear that. I memed on you, but if you can't even hear me memeing, then what's the point? Furious Strikes. And I'm so happy I switched to playing this on controller. It's so much nicer on controller. I should talk to your internet, leveranteur. Provider, that's the word in English. We've got it. It's crazy that we're nearing... Like, I know that we're in the end game. But like level 80, we're so insanely high leveled already. I'm in the middle in the forest on a train as a train conductor, so the streams die between stations. You know, that makes perfect sense. No wonder your internet is unstable. I was like, in Sweden, you would be like the bottom X% if your internet is unstable enough that you can't watch a stream, at least on lower quality. But, I mean, if I've ever heard a reason why it wouldn't work, that is the one. Godspeed to you. Actually, no, not Godspeed. Reasonable human speeds to you, preferably. So as to not kill your passengers. It's fine to kill your passengers if it's intentional. It's not fine if it happens by mistake. That's my controversial opinion. Yeah, but who cares about what the passengers think, Kirby? That's like what lame people would do. Does this count as a female enemy? It has boobs. We will do it to check. It's time to gender... Oh, it does work. We're we're gender investigating. I was gonna say transvestigating, but I don't know what the generic term for just investigating one's gender is if it's not in a trans context. I only know transvestigating. Horrible thing to do, by the way. Don't do that. I can't reach that stone down there. It's fine. Statue? It feels heavy, but can it be what we're looking for? Seems that this is the twisted form of one of those nodes. Are you telling me that the Lustlord made all his guardians statues of himself? Maybe more importantly, why is it just sitting there ignoring us? We've isolated it to a degree. The Lustlord wasn't entirely without defenses. Just lazy ones. Let's see how much power he managed. I'm a goo with not enough. I'm gonna go with he didn't manage enough. Let's do a takedown first. We gotta compare how strong they are. Okay. So like 500 each. Now we do R of Might to convert it into Fizz and see what it reaches then. Marginally higher, but about the same. Also, this boss is hilariously free. I thought that it would be slightly tankier at least. Kinda strong in an objective sense, but not compared to everything else we faced. I wouldn't want to face the other 7 all at once, but if we can keep eliminating them one by one, it should be no problem. Wait! Were the defenses we missed? It's not that. Something is happening back at the core. Hello, white man? You. It took long enough to manage this. You don't want to know how long I sat there thinking about what to say that wouldn't be white man, but I couldn't come up with anything that wasn't white man, and then my brain just had to say it. It took long enough to manage this. Then the Lustlord gets frustrated and leaves you to torture spells. Too easy? Thank you for disabling the torture, I suppose. You won't thank me after I subvert your role entirely. Okay. Or I suppose you will. Huh. Try it. It might be my only way out of this hellish hypocrisy. Huh. These core tower forces are always more of a pain than tweaking reality. Considering how much you want to be a tyrant, I would have been surprised if the tower's anti-tyrant mechanisms did. This might be the worst line of dialogue in the entire game. Considering how much you want to be a tyrant, I would have been surprised if the tower's anti-tyrant mechanisms didn't work. That's... Oh, this reads like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Conversation. Oh, that's real good. That's real good. Oh. Yeah, Kirby, we get it. Practical Guide to Evil, haha. Don't put me in the same category as all those idiots. I just need time. The white man has been ambushed by a second white boy. You won't have it. What? Some random mortal? Oh, the doll. It might be fun to play with you, but there's no time. I'll just sweep you away. The doll. Not going to work on an Incubus King. You got a shard? It's mildly irritating. But a small one is only going to slow me down. Wait, is that the reason she created you? Okay. Definitely created by Chaos Child. One line of dialogue further and I'm proven correct immediately. You finally got it, Tanny boy. You. Stop following me! Leave me alone! What would be the point of that? You must be realizing the truth by now. Why the fuck is Meston here? Okay, he's the doll created by Chaos Child here, and apparently got an Incubus shard. That's fair. You missed like 5 revelations in 2 lines of dialogue, so I don't blame you. I mean, I blame you with the tone of my voice, but that's more of a habit thing than like an actual thing where I'm actively trying to blame you. It's more that, again, you're the scapegoat of the chat, so like I will talk to you in a disappointed tone no matter what. How could you not realize? What would be the point of that? You must be realizing the truth by now. I don't care. I'll take my miserable existence over your truth. How fun. Enough. The shadow of you can't stop me. She went white girl. She went white girl mode. You never go white girl mode. Why use a shadow? This is my real presence. Come on, whatever name you've taken, come with me and neither of us will be bored anymore. You're another mechanism of the tower, aren't you? I don't want to talk to you. Based. She is. An agent of chaos to upset the natural order when it becomes stagnant. Why would you need that? Just like Tanny Boy wants to be, except I'm the real thing. You're just another tool of the natural order. He's right, isn't he? I can sense that you naturally arose from the tower for that purpose. But that makes your chaos just a part of the system of order. Yeah, I guess. Is the natural order stagnant right now? Aren't you kind of throwing things out of whack? We didn't, but Tanarak has. I feel like we've made things way more orderly over time. We aren't really... I think we have leaned more toward order than chaos in our effects so far. Doesn't that bother you? That your chaos is just being used? Why would it? You're the ones who care about consistency and other useless nonsense. Hypocrisy is more fun. There's no point talking to her. She's ultimately just a silly little toy playing games. Playing games with me. Yes, that's what I want. I'm not consistent enough to feel hatred, but if you return to me, I'm not going to allow you to interfere. Oh. Oh my. What? I can feel that some crazy magic stuff is happening, but... Yeah, how would you explain this if you're just, like, spying on them? You're like, okay, so first off, Mestan showed up, and I know what you're thinking. I think I finally know what his backstory is, and it's not bullshit this time. Second of all, the Tanorak is there. Ginasta is spotting some bullshit. There's also a small little kid there. Tanorak and the other two entities are doing battle around Ginasta. They're all agents of chaos, so the battle is quite strange. Is Ginasta too bound to do anything? She might be able to break free, but she seems too apathetic to do so. All this must summon the Lustlord soon. Do we retreat before this gets worse, or... No, this is our chance. We're not ready, but we need to go in to retrieve Ginasta. Then, let's go! She better be, like, giga powerful. Also, I hate to say it, but I'm rotating out. Oh yeah. Karina is just way better. Where are we going? Now I'm just stuck thinking about the shining sword thing that Sahado mentioned. Where the fuck would a shining sword be here? Actually, that's like on the same tier as doing a like your microphone is broken type thing, where it's impossible for me to ignore. They are hidden under something. Okay, I will interact with everything. Thank you. If it's in this area, I will find it. It's not in the tree, it's not in the bush. I'm gonna get carpal tunnel from this. One full thing. Is this area? Yeah, I would love to. If you just tell me where it is, I would appreciate that. If it's hidden under something. Shining Swords is one of those things that I really don't want to miss. So I would love to hear where it is. Behind stairs. A chest. It's not this chest here, is it? Good shit. I can't believe I didn't click that before, because I saw, like, I noticed I got stuck. I noticed I got stuck on this, and then I just didn't click to the side. I got the achievement. Is that legal? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I actually feel so incompetent for not finding it myself. not in any bad way, but just because I'm normally so like check every hidden corner in RPG Maker games, because there's always some bullshit hidden like that. This passage will take us to the inner sanctum, if all of us are ready. There she is. How can you jump 2 gaps when I'm not in control? But when I'm in control, you can only jump one gap. This is bullshit. How are we replicating the like third-person action game fucking phenomenon where you're playing Kratos and he just can't jump over a twig, but in RPG Maker games? This is fucked up. Ginasta, are you okay? All of you. I should have known. Their battle has taken the others into the chaos around us, but they'll be back soon enough. Hello, Dank! Yeah, I appreciate that, Sahado. It's really cool to double check that for Shining Sword specifically, because they are a collectible I really want to get all of, or like as many as possible. Also, Dank, I saw your message about a tournament in May. Very unlikely I'll go. Most likely I will try. I don't think I'll go, but I now know about it. But very unlikely I'll go. He can't jump that far without being in cutscenes, and the harem being characters around. True, because you know what? He is hard carrying them like that. That's true. Their battle has taken the others into the chaos around us, but they'll be back soon enough. We're here to assist you. We can undo the Lustlord's magic, but we need your help to make it look like you broke free unaided. So that you can take me instead? No. If I am to be a prize, I'll play no favorites. I'm disappointed in you, Ginasta. The disappointed dad. He knows. He's finally found the angle to manipulate her. You just gotta hit her with the disappointed dad. Like, unironically, that's probably the best thing we got against her. Huh? You know that the Lustlord Tanarak and all the other tyrants trying to gain control of you would use your power to cause great suffering. Tyrants upon tyrants, all the way up. There's nothing I can do. Aren't you ultimately doing all of this for the sake of those suffering underneath tyrants? Do the truths you've learned change their lot? Or was it all ultimately about your own crusade? I'm sorry, it's just that it all feels... No! No face meanie really has no face. I will not allow you to spread your sickening blandness to her while we fight. Ooh, but can you escape so easily, Tanny boy? I just had a cursed thought. Because of the way she says Tanny boy, I can't help but overlay Pegasus on top of this girl. Oh, but can you escape so easily, Tanny boy? Ginasta really is a enlightened centrist, you're so right. Both of you, shut up. So, you're Tanarak. We finally meet. That might be important to you, but I don't give a shit. This is all just an inconvenience to me. Ooh, fight for me! Ugh, he's strong. So subtle. I'm not going to let you fight him alone. If I stab you in the head, I think you'll feel it. Face or no? Good, good. Okay, now she's Emperor Palpatine. Good, good. This goal isn't worth the trouble. But I imagine the Lustlord thinks so. All of you have fun with him. He fled, and he activated all the defense guardians on his way out. That's not bad. Almost worthy of me. The Lustlord will be here any minute. I'm out of here. Are you standing in my way? Just keeping you from escaping before the defenses activate. You might be able to take out one of those, but both? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless you asked for a little help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we beat 5 of them? If we get to rearrange our party, we can beat 5 of them. We just need Vala on the party, and then we can beat 5 of them, no problem. Because they act after us, so we just need Karina and Vala for the debuff plus buff, and we don't take any damage. Can we escape the way Tanarak did? No, he made sure the defense is activated to trap us here. We could survive, but starting a diplomatic incident with the Lustlord is something we can't afford. Unfortunately, the defenses are linking up. We need to take them all out at once. Serious question. What if we just make our stand now? Fight the Guardians and then the Lustlord when he appears? Attrition would cost us. Here in the heart of his power, even if we could win, he'd have a way to escape, and we'd have another war anyway. So we need to destroy them, and quickly. I don't like the sound of that. Can we get your wife to help? All our enemies, known and unknown, are sure to be watching. I don't want to risk it. If we're going to fight, we need to decide soon. I'll eat this one. Take the others, mammals. The odds are still... No, we could take all 5. It's completely fine. I know, honestly, it'd be way more based if all this dialogue is set up specifically to convince Ginasta, and everyone is just playing along, because we all know we could beat these 4 Guardians, no problem, or 5. Give me equipment and I'll help fight. I may not have my former strength, but I can hold a blade. Then we have a lot of us for just 4 Guardians. Yippee! I mean... Cotton robes. Yeah, no, that... I'm not doing that. Level 80? Oh, she can use fucking everything. What is your highest fist damage? Wait, you can use... Why can you use a bow as well? You can use fucking everything. Probably the Seranthian Claw. Did I read this description? Extraordinarily flexible, if you know what I mean. Parentheses, I mean you should fuck this armor. Fuck in this armor would be one thing, but like, fucking the armor is crazy work. Potency of recovery items used by him. Like, ideally I would just use the sexual charm, but then if they disable me with status effects, that's gonna suck. But whatever, we're doing it. But you see? They don't care. You only have me. Just take my hand and this can all be over. I love non-choices. In what situation would this ever be a choice? Oh, nice. You get multiple groups for them. Okay, okay, that's pretty free then, I think, right? Looks about right to me. You could argue that Aka should swap, be in here in the second group. It just, this doesn't have a tank. You need the debuffing. I might go with this. Should be fine. Really difficult fight. To be fair, this is one of the stronger teams. Really good single target. Shield of Purity, Holy Shield Wall, bam, double buffed, Aegis Assault every turn, and then we win. Also pretty easy. Defensive rain, hip check. When the fuck did I get Mother's Lost? Have I missed that? Oh, is it immune to it? My bad if so. Can I blind it at least? Okay, no, it just didn't proc the first time. Makes sense. Okay. Now we get to the team that I'm most worried about. Blinds and silences an opponent, can't miss. Briefly cripples an opponent. Briefly cripples an opponent sounds really good. Do you have Disrupt? No, you don't. Not in the setup. That's fine. You have Healing Lance. You're okay. Ice Lance. Where'd I get a fucking message? Oh. Got an ad on my phone. Like an SMS. No, flirt is not what I want to do. If anything, I want to do this, probably? Why are you all buffed? What the fuck happened there? Healing Lance on yourself. Plus 4,800. Okay, that's a pretty good buff right there. Lightning Whip. Okay, so they're weak to... They're weak to ice. Nice. One more, I think? Or is this the third one? Aura of Agility. Takedown. Poison? The fuck? Why can you poison? Since when? Yeah, okay, this is free. Is that the last one? We good? Yay! Those fights are always way higher stake, because if you fuck up and die, it sucks ass. You gotta redo all the fights. We saved so much time by doing it on the first try. Yippee! We did it! We took them all out. Thanks, Ginasta. Mestan. A friend in need. Help Mestan against the Lustlord's defenses. He could definitely have killed one of them on his own. He must have escaped. Never mind that. Let's grab Ginasta and get the hell out of here. I trust you won't resist your rescue after assisting it. So this is how it ends. Please gather together, everyone. We need to be gone before the Lustlord arrives. Is it finally over? I feel nothing amiss. Do we make it? We're free. We can't guarantee what the fallout will be, or what the Lustlord will conclude, but we escaped. We will continue to examine the aftermath, but all of you can relax. Thank goodness, that was exhausting. We used 10% of our mana. I disagree. You relax too. I'll monitor everything about the tower while you recover, to compensate for being unable to help. No, I think holding back was the correct decision. This was a preliminary skirmish, not a true war. But it was a great skirmish, right? We got Ginasta, plus we wiped out all the Lustlord's defensive things. And more of his elites. His tower capacities have been set back by decades, if not more. Ginasta, you helped. I bet you're glad to be free, right? I'm still miserable, but at least this way I'm not doing harm to anyone. I know something that would make you feel better. Yes, I figured this was going there. Very well. That isn't... Robin? A message. The Lustlord is attempting to contact you. Do I allow him through? Just once. Like, just once. I want a game like this that's insanely long, with really, like... that's really genuine, and not in any way, like... taking the piss out of it itself. To just play, like, the Skype audio call noise. Or, like, the Discord call noise. The Lustlord is attempting contact, and then it's just a fucking Skype sound. Do I allow him through? Shit, did he realize that we were there? It doesn't matter. Ignoring him will only make things worse. Ginasta and everyone injured, hide yourselves. I'll speak to him from the throne room. There you are, Doom King. Why do you disturb me? You mean to tell me you really haven't noticed all this trouble? The succubi say these feeble waves in the tower cannot disturb us. You might think we would be enemies forever after the war with the Fucklord, but I've lived for a long time and do not bear petty grudges. Recently I had a few pests trouble me in the tower, and your defenses indicate that you have noticed such disturbances as well. These matters bore me. Then we have a common cause. What I seek is a negotiation of a truce when it comes to tower affairs. You must have noticed, or at least been told about, the strange figure in white who plagues us. No more alliances. Ah, you still chafe under the Empress, don't you? But I'll not make any more agreements with you there. What is the point of immortality if you can't keep petty grudges? You know how people say you shouldn't carry around, like, negative energy? Like, if you hate someone, like, actively, that's just hurting you more than them. I really like the idea of, like, someone who's immortal, and it's not that they got corrupted or anything, it's just that they are so mad at so many people who have died that they'll never get their comeuppance on, that it's overwhelmed their, like, morality. They're just so angry all the time. They're like, God, that guy, fuck, he was so annoying! And then he died! And I don't get to, oh my god, but like times 1,000. What is the point of all this? You've been eliminating young Incubus Kings, but new ones have developed nonetheless, and old powers grow stronger. I propose that we meet in another gathering, both to meet the new Incubus Kings and to come to an agreement regarding tower magic. I feel like a gathering would be based as fuck, because we can just kill everyone there. In Rodak? No, hosting every single gathering is becoming tedious. I wondered if you might not host instead. I do not wish to waste so many underlings on such a thing. Just think about it and we can discuss the details later, but you would attend a new gathering? Perhaps. I'll speak to the Anak and persuade him to attend. If we have the most senior Incubus Kings, everyone else will be required to come. You go speak to your mistress. He reads to me like a really dog shit, like Kafka type character. The connection is closed. Yes, we severed the connection and raised all defenses again. Watching you play the Doom King is always fun. We need to fuck using the armor more often. If he knew the truth about what we did, I don't understand his intentions. I think it's very likely that he doesn't know. In what little experience I have, the Lustlord is not very observant about things he doesn't want to see. Are we doing this gathering thing, or would that actually work against us somehow? Why refuse? It would be a chance to negotiate with significant powers, both in the real world and the tower. I quite agree. This one would be far more of a pleasure than the last, for me and for you. Hosting would be an honor, obviously, but can we afford the expense? We could give the construction work to local groups and it could be quite good for the economy. But that's assuming that nothing goes horribly wrong and all these Incubus Kings don't run rampant. I must agree with you as well, even with the Incubus Emperor and the Fucklord gone, gatherings are not likely to be peaceful affairs. Could we make a more direct play for power? I don't like the idea. Even if we could take the Lustlord, the Anak is an unknown variable, and we don't know what other small Incubus Kings might appear. That includes Mestan. He doesn't have a realm or armies, but his patron. And it would be naive to hope that Tanorak would simply ignore something like that. And I think the conclusion is fairly clear. Hosting the gathering is too great a risk, but if we refuse, whose ground will it be? I'll do it. Oh, she's gonna die. Turbo dying soon if she's doing this. Right, we should have thought of you first. Hi, Mom. The Orgasmic Empire is ready to host such an event. I did once, earlier in my life. I don't know about all this magic business, but we're prepared for the excesses of Incubus Kings. Your experience will be invaluable. How long do you think it'll take to prepare? A month or two, depending. It'll be quite annoying in many ways. But the results? Those will be fun indeed. Okay, so she's gonna die. Turbo death flagged. So, another gathering. I guess this one will be pretty different, huh? Sides only bring token forces, correct? How can we prepare? We mages can focus on preparing large-scale spells and other fallbacks, in case negotiations go poorly. I don't think there'll be time for significant work other than initial maneuvering, so everyone focus and prepare. I agree, there won't be time to do much economically. Don't tell me that means a long period of high tension with no relaxing. There's more pleasurable business than that, Yara. We have Genasta with us, and I believe she wants to speak to Simon. Not to intrude, but on that note, Sabitha has stayed nearby and wishes to speak as well. I'll speak to everyone, and we can begin preparations for the next gathering. That note, is the research done? I'm still poisoned. Why even have a bed here if I can't sleep in the bed here? Motherfucker. ... I think I'd better talk to everyone else before dealing with Genasta. Okay, well fuck you. Have you checked on Sabitha? She's been lurking around strangely, and I really feel like we should make sure everything's okay. She's mad I didn't research demons. I'm sure. That's definitely the reason. Sabitha, you've helped us twice now. I didn't intend to, but I felt it was necessary. Honestly, when you left, I expected that we might never see you again. I did not intend to, but after some time away, I felt that it was necessary to return. What do you mean? I sank into the depths, but my being has been irrevocably altered. I thought we removed all the Fucklord's influence, but we can research more. No, it is not that outside influence remains, but that my fundamental capacities have been altered. Once, I knew only hunger and the currents of the depths. My mind was capable of, at most, slight forms of irritation, satisfaction, or curiosity. But spending so long in this world, I am fundamentally more than what I was. That cannot be removed without destroying me. but you're unhappy about that expansion. Swimming alone in the depths is no longer enough for me. I am now capable of feeling boredom and loneliness. This feeling is very disagreeable, but it seems inescapable. Can we frame this, put it on the wall and be like Gen C be like, Gen Alpha be like? Just move. Sorry your experience has led you here. There may be nothing we can do to help. I wish to play at being a mammal, for a little while, at least. Your strange band may be irrational, filthy mammals, but I have always sensed great happiness there. If I must be a being capable of experiencing emotions, I suppose that they should be good ones. Now that is a banger catchphrase. You know what? Changing my bio to that. I'm editing my bio. If I must be a being capable of experiencing emotions. My Discord bio, not my Discord status, not bio. I'm not doing anything permanent here. Has to be minor. Becoming a better person and learning to experience emotions. I mean, for some people, this would be the worst thing ever. Imagine Sam Altman just randomly developing the ability to experience emotions and empathy. Like, that shit would go crazy. Can't even make that joke, because it undermines how similar people are. I think anyone could be capable of being Sam Altman. I don't think it's any ingrown thing. At least not primarily. If I must be a being capable of experiencing emotions, they might as well be good ones. Sabitha. So I propose an arrangement wherein I provide my combat capabilities in exchange for cock and happiness. Is the final party member Sabitha and not Ginasta? The fuck? I can't say this is among the most romantic proposals I've received. I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know. I suppose we can see how this works. Really? I mean, her fake body is hot, but her real form and her brain is obviously... I'm not sure if this is racist against demons, but is she gonna try to eat us or something? I will not. The meat would be unsatisfying. Everyone, I want you to make Sabitha feel comfortable. She obviously doesn't think like us, but she's recovering from the fucklord. I'm glad you're here, Sabitha. Your sexual desire may be weird from my perspective, but I'm into it. Mammals of your type are not disagreeable. The way you prey upon sexual energy is familiar. See? We're becoming friends already. Do you actually want to bang, though? I remember what was done to you. The compulsion was unctuous. But having desires itself is not disagreeable. Unctuous? This has potential to be a wonderful term. As a meme, just because of what unk is online. Excessively flattering or ingrating. Oily. Having, revealing, or marked by a smug, ingratiating, and false earnestness or spirituality. Smooth and greasy in texture or appearance. The compulsion was unctuous. What? Fatty, oily. Oh, okay. Huh. Weird term to use. They really gotta flex their fucking vocabulary. Well, if we can make you happy, I suppose that's a good thing. Let us know if you need anything. I wish to chew on you. Not fatally, but you are partially demonic in nature. This is pleasant, relative to other mammals. I'd like to avoid chewing, but maybe we can work something out. Acceptable pile of mammals. Sabitha joins the harem. I wonder if she's avoidable. I also wonder if she's gonna be in the party. No. Good. I thought she would be in the party as the last combat member, but it is Ginasta. Why the fuck are you here? Your part of the tower is too concrete, but not so awful. So, Sabetha, I know you don't like our realm, but is there anything we can do to, make it feel more like home? I do not understand what you mean. Well, if I was somewhere new, I'd feel more at home if someone gave me a nice place to rest and brought me some food I know. Do you already require food and water? I had not anticipated the needs of mammals would be so intense. I will acquire some of both and feed them to you. That was just an example. I mean, what could we do to make you more comfortable? I much prefer the depths of the tower, but there are some areas that are less pleasant. Many are not conducive to demonic existence. In those places, I would gather materials and objects from more familiar occurrence and place them around me. I think I get it. Could we extract demonic materials from the tower and make you a room of them or something? That would not work, because your world is so disturbingly concrete, everything is so rigidly defined. That is why I wished to shoo on you. You are a familiar object. Like a child with a favorite blanket? I do not understand. You've helped me understand a little, so my presence is helping a bit? A bit. Shooing would be better, or... This is better. I feel like a scarf, but okay. You are a good object. I like you. But if you wish me to be more comfortable, I require more objects. What about Simon? He's got to be in a category of his own. His essence is unpleasant, but I do not dislike the prime mammal. I would acquire him as well if he was not busy. Prime mammal. Anyone else in the harem you like? I'm sure they'd be happy to help once they get to know you better. It is very difficult to tell all you mammals apart. Estaven cared so much about the shape of some objects. I like the predator mammals. They are like lesser, non-hostile demons. Like Yara? You mentioned her before, and I think she'd be happy to help. She's an acceptable surrogate demon, not like the unripe one. Nalili? Yeah, she's a little younger than most of us. I do not like the blue one. Her essence is very precise and like your realm. The blue one? Oh, Iris. If you don't like Iris, what about Kum? The pink one is acceptable. Soft and warm objects are rare in my home, and this one is not magically blind. But the old predator mammal is best. She is familiar with the normal world. She helped the prime mammal restore me, and I liked her touch. I don't know Riala terribly well, but I'm sure she'd listen if we asked. You are a good mammal object. Thanks. I find speaking mostly tedious, but you work hard to understand. Talking like this is almost as pleasant as chewing on you. Well, good. I was trying to figure out if that was a euphemism or something. If you were an unintelligent object, I would eat you. But because you are a mammal, we should spend time together in this way. So you really are fine with just hanging out. I do not know this term. Mammals spend time together in this way? If they're friends, yeah? Then I have a new category. I declare you mammal friend. I suppose I've been called worse. It is a good category. Wholesome. Sabetha does bite a little from time to time, but she seems to mean well. Nice, the one that was racist against demons turns out to be the demon's best friend. Heartwarming story. Even racists can find friends. Would we be able to make any ordinary investments before the gathering? Not realistically. The intense pace of investments and returns we've been getting recently aren't sustainable long term. Honestly, I'm just here because I don't want to be in the dark while all of you change the world. Now that we've left the tower, you'll be essential. These gatherings are as much economic as political. I've been talking to Iris about the many potential options. Is there any way you can get me a conversation with Estera? She won't want to, but I think she can be made to see the benefits. Good. We'll also need funding and other resources for the event we host, assuming it follows precedent. I suppose you'd heard about that. I had Yara brief me as soon as the slightest possibility of another gathering emerged. Kum technically helped, but her brief was less informative. Sounds like we're in good hands. But that leaves the question, what is our event going to be? Without knowing more, I don't think we can make that decision yet. Then we'll make as many general preparations as we can. Whew, had to catch myself there, I almost said general. 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 It's general, not general. Last gathering. We were just treading water. This time, we should be able to make some real progress. Didn't we just, like, steal... Didn't we do, like, a fuck ton last gathering? What are you talking about? It will be pleasant to attend a gathering along with an Incubus King I respect. Aww. I should relax to my normal form, but with all these great powers around... Sorry that I wasn't able to help you this time. I think holding back was wise. There were far too many eyes on those events. That Lilith. I don't recognize her. I wonder if she's too subtle for me to notice, or if she's been inactive recently. It's possible that she was lying low while Meston did whatever he did. I'm not sure what she intends there. Did you say General Kenobi? No, but... You know... General Kenobi... No, Obi-Wan would be... Like, honestly, Simon is very much an Obi-Wan character. Simon is very similar to Obi-Wan in how he's characterized, now that I think about it. Ginasta is fucking General Kenobi. My best guess is that Lilith either wanted to experiment with a concrete life or made a male entity in order to acquire a shard. That could be a problem. I'm concerned about tower entities like Lilith getting involved. For that matter, Ginasta could be a serious problem for any plan. I don't know, I feel like Ginasta is going to work out well for us. But really, I wouldn't be too worried. There are always a million different pieces we need to wade through. Can we like undepress Ginasta? Make her... Like, can we just like give her an SSRI without the downsides? Yeah, definitely. It does seem like the tower applies to them as well, so we can deal with such entities along with the goddesses. Confident about wrapping up the Incubus Kings, are you? Is this gathering going to be more exciting than I thought? I hope not. I want more time to integrate the shards I've captured. But you're well on your way. It would take an extremely deep Tower Walker to steal them or use them against you. I worry that won't be enough. If goddesses can bind Incubus Kings and various entities exist to balance them, I wouldn't worry about such entities being used against you too directly. They're powerful, but inflexible. I was actually on that path myself, trying to find a current of power underlying reality that I could embody. Did you find one? It's difficult to discern, but that would have meant giving up any shred of humanity, and since you're alive, I don't want to. Despite what I've experienced, I find myself worrying about this gathering. Makes sense. Hello, Ulrisa. You're here. You must know that I have many questions. And you must know that I'm not going to answer all of them, but I think acting against Tanarak deserves a good turn. The Lustlord believed he could subvert Ginasta's nature, and perhaps Tanarak did as well. You think that's possible? Not likely. Ironically, in misguiding her zealousness, Estevan shows the only path that might successfully manipulate her. Technically, everything in the tower affects everything else, but truly subverting a central mechanism would be beyond even Tanarak's power. Ginasta's power is certainly formidable, but it doesn't seem so unstoppable. She can be stopped, but the core essence of what she represents can't, by definition. Truly subverting her nature would be fundamentally impossible, like imprisoning the concept of freedom. Yet she doesn't seem to be herself now. No, I think when she stopped believing in her purpose, she lost her connection to tower fundamentals. Neffen would be so disappointed. Then, will someone else like Ginasta appear? Because otherwise, this would be the obvious way to subvert her role. I'm not sure. It may be that she will return to herself in time. Very well. What about Lilith? Tanarak implied she was the tower's agent of chaos. Ah yes, Lilith is hard to pin down, because her very role is that which resists order and even definition. But it seems to me that Lilith the entity, as opposed to Lilith the embodiment of pure chaos, is seeking to impose some self-definition. By creating Mestan, you mean? Why would she do that? That's the thing about chaos. It honestly could be a random whim she'll forget about tomorrow. Or is it possible that she's drifting from representing pure chaos? Can that happen? Even pure entities manifested by the tower tend to rub up against the concrete world and be changed by it. So it's possible that Lilith is seeking something different. But chaos is different than Gynasta's role, so even that could be part of her nature. Just how many entities are there representing forces? Is there a subtle pantheon beneath all others? It is difficult to discern. This is one of the reasons I separated myself from the world, to truly examine it as an outsider. But I believe such entities to be rare, even more than goddesses. Their power is bound by their natures. Those like Gynasta or Lilith, and most there are one or two others that are similar. Most tower entities are weak, as those you fought. But those one or two others? Okay, so let's think about axes. If Gynasta represents order and Lilith represents chaos, wouldn't there, like, logically be... I mean, maybe Incubus Kings and Divine Shards are lust and purity, but there has to be a third axis for a different, like, pair to exist on, if they're talking about it now. I'm just curious to think about what that would be. I think that's enough information for you, oh great immortal. Such matters are unlikely to have any impact on your concerns. Well, I had to try. I hope that we can continue to work together insofar as our goals align. Yeah, I'ma take this... I'ma say that if you mention it, then it's gonna come up. And it is gonna be relevant to us. It's a dark possibility I didn't want to consider, but it may be that Tanorak seeks to usurp one of those roles, perhaps even Lilith's. Would that grant him great power or greater limitations? I suspect that if he succeeded, he would be consumed by the role until he was a little different than Lilith. But it wouldn't happen immediately, and in the meantime he could do terrible damage to the world. We'll do our best to prevent that. I believe you. Getting involved with Gynasta is playing with fire. Be cautious. Well, time to roll the dice on Gynasta. Please be, like, maxed out. Are you going to talk to Gynasta? I'd intend to, yes. And we'll just leave you two alone. Thank you for assisting us during the battle. You shamed me, pointing out my own hypocrisy. I felt so much despair over how far I fell short that I lost sight of what matters most to me and allowed myself to be captured. That said, don't think that I'm going to roll over and help you accomplish your tyranny. So, despite everything, we're still stuck at that point. Not really. I've nearly given up on actually making a difference against the real powers of this world. Real powers? I have a feeling you don't mean Incubus Kings, and likely not goddesses either. Incubus Kings and goddesses are a little more important than earthly rulers in the long term, just phases in an endless cycle. The only people who matter are those who possess every form of power and transcend them all. Can I get, like, a list? Can you, like, write them down in, like, a notepad for me? You seem to imply that you know more. It ties to what you said while being tortured. Of course, we won't torture you, but if we could convince you that our goals are less harmful than others. I knew you'd begin eroding me via arguments. That's why I've always tried to reject your offers before. But I'm tired. Part of me wants to just give it all up, to surrender to someone and feel nothing but happiness. I don't want you to surrender, but if you're willing to give us information, it might help us save lives. Fine, I can't fight it anymore. There are really only 3 powers that have the potential to truly change the world. I can't tell you every detail, because they've all cloaked themselves, but I have a deep intuition toward the fate they have in mind for the world. A cold light, a peaceful grey, or a terrible warmth. Trying to figure out if one of these is Alanon. I think a peaceful grey might be Alanon. What does a cold light mean? I have no idea as to their identity, but their power is rooted in the divine. They would be a sterile and dogmatic tyrant. The peaceful grey fate worries me more. It flows from deep in the tower, and I fear it would render the world a place without chaos, without life. That's all you can tell us about them? All I have is my intuition, that these are the greatest of tyrants. Yeah, I mean, just 3 characters could be 3 new characters, but I feel like it's also likely that they're related to characters we know already at the very least. All I have is my intuition that these are the greatest of tyrants. Once I might have done more, but all that power is lost to me. That's fine. I'm grateful that you're willing to help. What about the 3rd threat, the terrible warmth? That's the Searing Exarch from Path of Exile. That's you. Ooh! Okay, well that... Well, Cold Light is the Anak then, right? The Cold Light is the Anak, and the Peaceful Grey is Alanon. And we are the horrible warmth. That's you. You may not be as powerful as the other 2, but your social control is formidable. One piece at a time. The One Piece is real! You create a world where everyone is wrapped up in the warm happiness you think is best. I don't think I can entirely agree with you. Of course you don't! I mean, not even theoretically. You don't want complete anarchy, do you? A world where rape and murder are common because some people want to commit them? No, of course not. As you pointed out, I want to end the suffering under tyrants. So there will always be limitations. I think the limitations I place on the world are all dedicated toward giving everyone more freedom. I'm too wary to do this anymore. I don't have a solution. I'm just a tired hypocrite. The power already knows I've given up, so it's left me. There's not enough left to keep going. Okay, so obviously what's gonna happen is she joins our party, and at some point we're gonna be in a tough spot, and she's gonna get her power back when she gets her resolve back, and she saves us in one way or another, right? I'm sorry, Ganasta. Is there anything we can do to help? Would you fuck me if I gave myself to you? That language is too one-sided. I would never want anyone who didn't want to... You know what I meant. I'm attracted to you, but that's a distant tertiary concern. What I want from you more than anything is the challenge you've thrown in my face. The arrogant words of a foolish woman. I have no right to upbraid tyrants. Upbraid? Upbraid. Find fault with someone. Scold. Okay. But that's what I need. Someone to tell me if I'm becoming a tyrant. Let me make all your fantasies come true. You are a tyrant. There we go. I like that righteous anger. Okay. We better hate fuck her. I'm not joking. You might be a lesser evil, but your quest to make the world better is still about control. And I haven't ever denied that, but I believe the alternative is total apathy. So I want others who will argue about what it means to go too far. And I no longer speak on such things. I'm so tired. But I feel like you just used a bunch of philosophy to dodge the question. What I want is for you to be completely comfortable with us, both working together and challenging us. If a physical relationship could lead to that, I'd accept it gladly. But if you want to remove that possibility forever, only say the word. Please believe me when I say that your respect is more important to me. I actually believe you. It would be tempting to just give up and submit, but no, I couldn't do that with someone I respect. This smells like a skill check. I can't be the only one who thinks that. This is hella skill check dialogue. I'm glad you believe me enough to be honest in that, at least. So what's going to happen between us? Your succubi are going to be very disappointed. I could tell them you refused, of course, but there's an alternative. Other than the obvious? What do you mean? We've been working to transcend the limits of the shards. Specifically toward non-sexual magic. This opens new possibilities. We could form a platonic link. All succubi would believe we had a sexual relationship. You'd be tied to all of us, but there would be no emotion or sensation. I don't think that would work on me. Anyway, but I appreciate you making the effort. With that, I could fight alongside you, even in the tower. That's right. Then I accept. For a time. I will just be a warrior attempting to do what good she can in the world. Better that than potentially being turned against my purpose by someone like the Lustlord or Tanarak. I'm glad. If you need any help, need to talk to anyone, we're all here for you. For now, let's just make sure the next gathering of Tyrant doesn't turn into a disaster. What about the night? I refuse to let you be chivalrous, so I guess I'll take the floor. Given your exhaustion? No, that wouldn't be fair. And I suppose we'll spend the night together in a very dull way. Yippee, we fucked her! Is what everyone else thinks. Good morning, Ginasta. Good morning. You sure slept in. Guess you had a really good time last night. Kinda wish you'd let us get a hint, but I don't blame you for wanting him all to yourself. Where's Simon? Working. He said you didn't want to cuddle, so he'd let you sleep as long as possible. No, cuddles? Cumdump will give cuddles! Wait. Big heroic hugs for Hero Lady. Thank you, Cum. Welcome to the harem. We'll all be on our best behavior since we know you had a rough patch here. But if you need any sex stuff, lube, spells, partners, just ask me. So what do we do next to prepare for the gathering, I mean? Yeah, we have a lot of ideas. Hopefully this time it'll go a bit smoother. I'm so sure that at least... Interesting. I'm so sure that at least Riala knows. Probably Robin as well. Ginasta sank deeper into the water, letting the heat soak down to her bones. She had been nervous at first, expecting the harem to intrude, but they seemed to have taken her request for privacy seriously, noting that she'd been uncomfortable at the base. Simon had sent her to the mostly empty palace of Yihilin to relax. She needed that relaxation more than she wanted to admit to herself. After Epiphany, she had wandered helplessly, becoming steadily grimier and not caring. Her captivity in the Lustlord's freezing realm had only made it worse, adding stains of frozen blood. This warmth, it paralleled what she feared from Simon, but she could let herself enjoy the water. No matter how closely she looked, she didn't see any traps lurking within. It was just normal hot water heated to the perfect temperature. The soaps had all been ordinary as well, even if it didn't change the fundamentals of her situation. Just having her hair and scalp be perfectly clean left her feeling much more human. Heated by some sort of magic, the water stayed hot, so she let herself relax for a while longer. Eventually, Ginasta found her thoughts wandering to Simon and all his schemes, so she forced herself out. A soft green towel had been left for her, which she gladly used to dry herself. By the door, she saw 2 bundles of clothes, which surprised her. The first contained only the sheep robes the Lustlord had imprisoned her with, cleaned and patched. She feared that the second would be something much more sexual, but instead they were brand new clothes that approximated what she had worn before, even down to her red armbands and cape. Though Simon offered poisoned choices, Ginasta couldn't fault this one. If she'd refused both options, she had no doubt that he would have offered anything else she wanted. She pulled on the new clothes, wondering if she should be suspicious that they fit her so perfectly. The undergarments lifted her chest more than she was accustomed to, but she was amazed at how well it supported her breasts when she jumped experimentally. Maybe that was how the succubi could leap around without killing their backs. Even being surprised was unfair of her. She'd seen the harem at their most relaxed. They all seemed to wear whatever they wanted. That ranged from absolutely nothing to full plate armor. Ginasta left the bath fully clothed, at last confident that no one would attempt to seduce her. And she immediately collided with a naked blur of pink. Well, Cum didn't count. Hero Lady is all nice and clean now. Hello, Cum. Thank you for the bath. That wasn't cum dump. That wasn't cum dump. Cum dump just helped Floofy Maid and the others a little bit because cum dump is not good at things. But now Hero Lady has nice clothes. Cum dump doesn't like clothes, but Hero Lady does like clothes, so clothes are good. Your understanding is appreciated. What happens now? Everybody's talking about serious things to prepare for the gather thingy, but Hero Lady can still have more time if she wants. More time? Floofy Maid and the other nice helpers have made lots of food to say goodbye. Everybody saved some for Hero Lady. And now is the time for sleepy times and sexy times. Get all you want. Because soon it will be time for seriousness and there will be less sleepings and fuckity fuck until the series is over. Yes, this gathering will no doubt be far more eventful than the last. Hugs! Hero Lady can be serious later, but first hugs. I suppose there won't be much time for that until later, either. Nope, there's always time for hugs. I understand there's still considerable time until the gathering. Why have we moved this location? Hero Lady can talk to Simon for Simony things, but everybody else wants talkings too. Oh, I play as her now, nice. Second disc unlocked. Now, first disc we play as Simon, second disc we play as Ginasta. Another 250 hours, boys. Time to go. No, with that I am going to call it for today. I am definitely still a little bit tired from the sickness. I plan to stream tomorrow, but I can't fully promise, given that my well-being has been so, like, up and down. But given that I feel a lot better today, I'm gonna assume that I feel better tomorrow too. My plan today for the rest of the night is to go exercise with a bunch of friends and then go watch anime. So I'm just gonna eat some food before then, get some proper sleep tonight, and then hopefully feel good enough to stream tomorrow to continue. I'm excited to see what Ganasta's got going on. I'm also excited to see if the who the third force is. I'm a bit interested in where the story's going right now. So yeah, I'll call it there. Thanks for watching. I'll be back later. Fuck for the stream. I'm sorry, Sahado. I don't want to fuck for the stream. I'm a little bit too embarrassed to do that. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow probably. Bye bye.